Hey everyone, today we take a look at a new entry in a well-established ujam series, Virtual Bassist Slab. No, the point is that it's not that kind of a slap bass. Not the cheesy 80s variant. Ujam wanted a slap bass that can sound dirty and fat, or dirty and fat, or okay, if you must, clean it, but at least still with attitude. But since slap technique only would be a little limiting, what this thing also does is to cover something that is a bit difficult to describe in few words. So instead of a catchy one-liner, please allow me a slightly longer explanation. This is also a rock bass. Now, ujam already has a rock bass, does it not? Well, there's two types of rock bass philosophies, and this one covers the yet uncharted territory. One philosophy is to use a pick. That's what this one does. The other one is to make it a point to not use a pick despite the genre. You know, that mid-rangey, growling finger bass sound that can stand its ground in the context of lots of guitars. But also works nicely for groove stuff that demands a sufficient sorry not sorry approach. Or that works in completely electronic contexts. So let's take a closer look at the functionality. Like all virtual bassists, you can switch between player and instrument mode. Instrument mode is where you can play the instrument directly and create parts down to the smallest detail by using the key switches for different techniques. I will demonstrate that in a moment. The player mode is where you get access to a large selection of styles and variations. There is common and style-specific phrases, different sets for a slap or finger technique, and in case you wondered, the all-important 8th note bass service pattern is on D sharp. And it's really good. You can also drag and drop all of this directly into your sequencer to edit it so that it matches exactly what you want to hear. You can then run your parts through various amps with little or lots of gain. Choose between different bass characters. I very much like this option to damp the strings. Makes for nicely percussive, mixing-friendly sounds. And of course, a slap bass needs a special knob for chorus. No wait, we said this is not that type of slap bass, so have a special knob for fuzz distortion instead. Tame this with some focus EQ and compression if you want. Switch to drop D, which not only extends the range but also, as it should, changes the sound of the E string. Here is an upward octaver, or as part of the finisher effects, a downward octaver, as well as a lot of other funky finisher styles. From multiple ways that lead to saturation roam, to flat-out remix chaos. Finally, let me switch back to instrument mode and try out my personal slap bass challenge. So this might be a bit nerdy, but my personal litmus test for a slap bass would be whether it's able to replicate what I personally consider the most epic slap bass riff of all time. And that's Tommy the Cat by Primus, the only band in rock history that triggers WTF as primary audience reaction. To me, both the playing technique and the sound aesthetic are absolutely unique and should be pretty much impossible to emulate. So I tried, and this is what I came up with. Of course, this cannot replicate the legendary Tom Waits feature. Maybe another time. Anyway, I'd say this sounds super nice, but of course feel free to check out the original to see how it compares. Or just check out the traditional ujam demo that runs without any restrictions for 1 month. And that was Virtual Bassist Slab.